Okay, this video is going to be about exponents. Exponents are something that can be pretty tricky right when you are starting out, just because it's something that's new, but really the idea behind them is pretty simple. You just have to be careful when you're using them and make sure you're not thinking too quickly and making mistakes. So an exponent is sort of like a shorthand for multiplication. So say you wanted to do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now remember, this dot right here means multiplication. So you could write it like this. That definitely makes sense. You could also write it this way using the x there. So either one of these is going to be 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16. So that's fine when you're just multiplying two numbers or multiplying the same number 3 times. If you need to write something that does a lot more of these, then it can be kind of annoying to write it out all the time. Like say you wanted to do 2 times 2 times 2 like 20 times, then you wouldn't want to just write 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 and just keep doing that forever. So there's a shorthand way to write it. And the way to do it is with exponents. So say you wanted to do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's 4 times. The way to write that is 2 raised to the 4th power. So here we say 2 is the base, and then 4 is the exponent. So what you are doing here is you're just saying you're going to multiply this base number with itself the exponent number of times. So this right here, 2 to the 4th, is equal to 2 multiplied with itself 4 times. And so this can apply to any two numbers that you want to use in here. We could say something like, I don't know, 12 raised to the 2nd power. That's equal to 12 times 12, which is 144. You might want to do something like, I don't know, 6 to the 4th. That's going to be 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. The common mistake that people always do when they're first starting out is they'll just multiply these two numbers. So if you actually write it out, you can see that this is not equal to 24. So if you're working too quickly, you might just make that 24, but 6 to the 4th is not equal to 24. Likewise, 2 to the 3rd is not equal to 6. 2 to the 3rd is equal to 2 times 2 times 2, which is 4 times 2, which is 8. Let's see, one other thing to note in here. Something people say a lot, instead of 3 raised to the 2nd power, is they'll say 3 squared. So 3 squared. And where this comes from is if you have a square that's 3 on each side, then the area of this is 3 times 3. Which is 3 raised to the 2nd power, or 3 squared. Similar to that, you have things raised to the 3rd power that can be referred to as this 2 to the 3rd power is the same as 2 cubed. And that has a similar reason that it's called that. If you have a cube that's 2 on each side, so 2 for the base, depth, and height, then the volume of this cube is equal to the base times the depth times the height, 2 times 2 times 2, which is equal to 2 to the third power, or 2 cubed. So 2 cubed means the same thing as 2 to the third power. Likewise, 3 cubed is the same as 3 to the third power. So I'll just do a few examples to help sink these in. Say we wanted to do 3 raised to the 4th power. When you're first starting out, the way to do this is probably to write it out every time. 3 to the 4th power is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 4 times. So then you just go through these. You can say this is 9 times 3 times 3. This is 27 times 3. And 27 times 3 is 81. So here you have 3 raised to the 4th power is 81. Again, 3 to the 4th is not 3 times 4. So again, if you write it out every time like this, that will help you until you get comfortable with it. So 3 to the 4th is 81, not 12. I'll get rid of this one. Let's try this again. So you were going to do, I'll say 4 cubed. So 4 cubed, again, is 4 raised to the 3rd power. Write it out, it's 4 times 4 times 4. So it's this base multiplied this many times. So this is 16 times 4, which is equal to 64. Let's see. Yep, so that's exponents. That's pretty much all there is to it. As you practice with them and just get used to them, then you'll grow more comfortable and they'll make more sense. Really, the idea behind them is not very complicated. It's just learning a new notation and not getting confused with when someone says squared or raised to the 2nd power, and making sure you don't just multiply them again. 4 to the 3rd is not equal to 4 times 3. So that's the common mistake. Just avoid doing that and you'll be fine.